In its many varieties has been around for thousands of years, and you can spend still a lifetime learning about it, right?
That's right. Well, today we welcome back one of our local wine experts to share some basics. Jackie Eash, sommelier at Sea Salt in St. Petersburg. Jackie, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. This is great.
We told you last time you were here, you're like, you're good. We are learning so much for you. Like, you need to come back. And this morning we're concentrating on the corks, because I love that you acknowledge some of us are just a little intimidated about actually opening up a bottle of wine.
A lot of people are. I mean, I train people every day, and it is, you know, it's intimidating, whether it's a bottle of bubbles or whether it's even, you know, these are very welcome in restaurants, the twist tops. People love these, ease of use, and
I feel like there's a lot more of these now than what there were several years ago.
A lot more.
Are winemakers picking up on that?
And with the screw top, does that have anything to do with the quality? Because I think there is such a stigma and kind of a joke about, oh, it's a screw top, you know, we don't want that.
You know, and you're right, because I met with an Argentinian winemaker a couple of years ago, and I tasted through his line with him, and he had this same exact wine, and one had a cork finish, and the other had a twist top. And I thought I knew the answer, but I said, why is that? And he said, well, depending on the market that we go to, there's a stigma attached. But really, I mean, these wines have stood the test of time. So
it doesn't keep it any better or any less, you know, the quality is not going to be
I could really get myself into trouble right now.
All right.
A lot of my fellow professionals, this is a really big argument that a lot of folks in the industry have.
Fascinating. Yes. It makes us feel like normal. Like if you guys are debating it, then I'm okay to debate it.
Forever. Yeah, forever. This argument goes on.
Well, and let's talk about some tools that you brought too, because again, I think there's so many different varieties of just even wine openers, right?
There are.
And the corks too, you were telling me.
So I brought, one of them I brought is, this is called a waiter's corkscrew or a wine key. Most of the time when you go out to a restaurant, this is what you're going to see the staff use. This is kind of the tools of trade. I've gone through many of these over the years. And then we also have a lot of times for vintage bottles or, you know, corks that are a little older, where you have a tool called an asso. And it's a prong tool. And you just kind of work it into the cork, and then you twist and pull, and it's great for, you know, bottles that I know, there's a few of them on my list that I know are going to give me trouble. This is a great tool, and it gets that cork right out.
That looks a lot more difficult, though. My goodness. And she says that's easier?
It's actually easier.
Let's say a cork, though, breaks in the middle of while you are opening it. Is there any...
I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed how many times I have to walk up to my husband with my, like, half-open bottle of wine and say, please help.
I've done it. I've done it tableside. I try not to, but there is a way to extract it. There's always a way to get that cork out.
With it?
Usually I can get my corkscrew in and kind of, you know, and then sometimes you just have to get out your strainer, get out a piece of cheesecloth or maybe some muslin, put a funnel in there. I mean, you're going to get your wine out of the bottle, and that's the whole point. You want to get the wine out of the bottle into the glass. So
I'm feeling so much better about myself. Now that I know a sommelier sometimes does it, I am feeling better.
You were going to open one for us today, right?
Well, you know, a lot of people are intimidated by bubbles, and anyone that knows me knows that I'm a bubbles girl. So I brought a bottle of Italian sparkling wine.
Okay. Now what are your pointers? What are break it down.
And we've had some bad things happen here in the studio.
Lights that have
we don't want to put anybody's eye out today. So you get a little tab, and you pull that tab, and then you can just take this off. Now the main thing is there's 70 to 90 pounds of pressure per square inch in this bottle.
Lovely.
You don't want to, again, you don't want to have any accidents. You want to keep a firm hold on this. Pull this out. It's going to be 6 times. You're going to turn this.
Now, do you have the thing over your arm just for fancy, or is there a reason?
I have that there because now you want to cover the bottom.
And then you doing under there, though?
You hold the cork and you twist the bottle.
Hold the cork, twist the bottle. Oh, it's making a lovely squeaking sound.
It does make a squeaking sound. And you don't want to pop it out. See if I can do this.
Oh, you're not supposed to have the pop.
No, you're not supposed to have the pop. And there you go. And then you have the cork.
Wow. Well, I think this is going to have to be a regular segment because, again, I'm feeling much better about my my wine issues with you, and I appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge.
And by the way, at Sea Salt, how many bottles of wine do y'all have there?
Well, at Sea Salt St. Pete, we have a 20-foot tall wine tower. It's in the middle of our restaurant. It'll hold about 5,000 bottles. We're at about 4,200 right now, and I have about 760 labels on the list currently.
And some are screw top.
A lot of them are. all of these are on our wine list right here.
So good to see you again. We look forward to having you back, all right?